Hey everybody, welcome to Unfollowed. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we're talking about MikaylaNogueira. There's an update, and there's an update on TikTok. Something crazy's going on, but MikaylaNogueira is someone I've been talking about in this de-influencing path journey that I'm on, is one of those influencers that people are getting sick of, and so she's trying to pivot away from that. I don't think it's gonna work though, but let's see if she's being honest. Hey everybody, welcome to Unfollowed. My name is Josh. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about Cash Giraffe. Guys, I love gaming, but I also hate wasting my time on games that don't pay, and that's where Cash Giraffe comes in. And it's kind of genius if you like to game. Even if you don't like to game, it's kind of genius. First of all, it's 100% free, no credit card needed to sign up for it whatsoever, no sneaky fees, no BS. That's what I like. You just download it, you pick a bunch of popular games, and as you level up and play more, you earn gems, which is basically cash. And there's no watching ads every 3 seconds or every time you lose. It's not forced, it's just awesome gaming and money. And I've been messing around with it. It takes seconds to download. It's very easy to understand. You just have to grant the app tracking permission, but it doesn't grab your personal data or anything like that. It just needs to know that you're playing the game so you can get paid. So play your favorite games, rack up your gems, and then cash out in real money like PayPal, Amazon gift cards, or a whole bunch of other ways. They've paid out over $10 million to players so far. That's pretty crazy. And it's not some scam that's gonna ghost you. It's legit. I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't believe in it. Right now, if you use my link in the description below, you get 3,999 gems to start off as a welcome bonus for you jumping in. And tell them I sent you, kind of thing. I mean, half you already glued to your phone playing games anyway. Why would you not get paid doing it? It just makes total sense. Grab it, try it, see for yourself. I've had people comment all the time that they download it and they actually are getting paid and they love it. I love the Amazon gift cards because I spend a lot of money on Amazon. And so just use that, right? I've already activated my 2x boost. I've invited a friend and you get 250 coins for that. Match Masters, PvP match, Monopoly Go, which is one of my favorites to play, especially if I'm flying or traveling. That game is really fun. Bubble Bus, Parking Jam Puzzle. It's games that you already love and games you've never even heard of, and you download them and they're really fun to play. So guys, what are you waiting for? Download Cash Giraffe, click the link in the description below so that they know I sent you. You get 3,999 gems right off the top. You're welcome, by the way. And thanks Cash Giraffe for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to it. Okay, so I've been on a journey of I hate influencers, bad influencers, people who don't deserve to be famous. People are famous for no reason. They have no discernible abilities, talents. They're not funny. They're not engaging. Nothing. They're just famous for being famous. They got lucky. That's MikaylaNogueira. Although I will give her this. She's talented in makeup. So it's not that she didn't start off being talented. She started off gathering a following because she was talented at makeup. Then she fakes her Boston accent and wants to become this other person where she's like going to the party with the Kardashians. It's a lie. I don't like it. I don't like influencers who lie, who think that they have to fake who they are to be on the internet. She gathered a following before she had to make up that fake persona. And so there was really no reason to do it. She just added something to it or was told by people to do it. But over this big snafu with the AngelTreeDrama, she lost literally tens of thousands of supporters, okay? And then became a joke of the internet. I know that some people are like, well, all press is good press when it comes to the internet, and you're sort of right. When it comes to influencers, though, there's this steady chip away, or this like slow downhill movement that happens before you kind of become irrelevant. You don't make as much money as you once did. Now, MikaylaNogueira is too big to fail. I've said that about many influencers, but they aren't too big to lose mostly what they have built up to be. Meaning, they're not going to make the same amount of money at their peak. Meaning, she's on her downward spiral, is what I'm saying. Like so many influencers in this world today, where we're looking at this and we're getting sick of it. Like I talk about Becca Bloom a lot, and I'll make a video about that. There's other influencers. My algorithm scrolling. This lady's like, look at this hospital we're delivering with my baby. And it's like a private suite. Look like it's like a penthouse Hilton suite in Manhattan, and it's humble bragging, and people are so sick of it. I think you can boil down de-influencing culture right now as if people are so sick of people bragging. And you'll get the comments and they'll be like, this is how you rich, right? Or, oh, why do you care what they do with their money? Or why are you so jealous? You know what? It's okay to be jealous. That's a normal human behavior. Okay? And if you don't want to see that in your eyeballs anymore and you want to complain about it, that's okay too. All right? So don't ever let these douchebags in the comments make you feel guilty for calling it out, because that's how you feel. They put their shit on the internet. You get to comment on it, how you feel about it, right? And those people get to comment on you commenting. That's just how this works. And I understand that, right? But I think people are sick of this. MikaylaNogueira is one of those ones where when I discovered her, I was already kind of sick of all this shit. And when I saw her thing where she's like, I blocked out and I bought all this ugly bullshit that costs literally hundreds of thousands of dollars that she'll likely wear only once. And then she's like, let me redo my closet. It's just like a 20-part series of her going through millions of dollars worth of shoes, purses, and clothing that she's never going to wear. And she gives away her old expired makeup like that's some kind of thing. But when it comes to this AngelTreeDrama, I think the straw that's this past Christmas is the straw that broke a lot of people's back. Okay, people were just like sick of it. Yeah, she gave $25,000 and she thought that would overcome it. But first, she had to admire herself in drama, where that person asked her, hey, are you going to do industry? And she's like, what did you do? And she's like, well, I did that. That screenshot you can find in every single one of her comment sections. It literally started the downward spiral. It literally started the downward spiral of MikaylaNogueira. Okay? You can rich right all you want, but none of these people are riching right. Okay? Most rich people who are truly rich, and I'm talking about old money, you don't know it. All of us grew up with that one family that were like, they're kind of rich, but they're probably way more rich than you think. Rich people don't flaunt their wealth. Some do. I mean, some do. But like wealthy people, generally, you don't know most of them. Okay, you know a few rich people, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they flaunt their wealth. I get it. But they don't flaunt it every single day like this. Right? These people are new money. It's a different thing. And now there's this thing, Daddy Snacks is talking about Becca Bloom, which I'm going to do a video about, that might not even be real. There's a lot of them are just faking it, which is disgusting. But it's a business anyway. So anyway, all that to say, go watch my other video on MikaylaNogueira, my first foray into her. I don't like this woman. I don't like fake people in general. I just don't like them. And I think that when you compare yourself to these people, you're wrong for doing it. Like wrong in meaning don't do it and you'll feel better about yourself. That's why I call this channel Unfollowed. Unfollow assholes. Look, watching this stuff, even if you don't understand it yet, is not good for you. It's actually detrimental for you. And so I'm not saying you're dumb for watching it. I'm saying you're sort of dumb if you keep watching it knowing what we know now. You know what I'm saying? And it'll make you feel better if you wean yourself off this bullshit. You train your algorithm to wean yourself off this bullshit. Right, Gus? Right, puppies? Good boy. She sees I'm giving him love, so she literally runs over because she's so jealous. Hey, you jelly bear. So anyway, let's go with this video. So I guess she's having a moment of clarity or something in her channel, or she's trying to pivot, or her people behind her that she's signing contracts with are like, let's figure this out, because I think a whole bunch of influencers are really scared right now for two reasons. TikTok has been sold to somebody in America, and ByteDance only has a small share of it now, and everything's changing with it. The creator fund is changing. They want to go longer form videos. They want to take on YouTube, basically, is what they want to do. And it's not going to happen. It's not. And so these influencers are really scared that something is happening. And this is this short paragraph from AI that's telling me what is going on. People are freaking about a TikTok right now because right after its U.S. operations switched to a new majority American-owned company, mostly investors like Oracle, ByteDance, keeping on a small stake to dodge the potential ban, the app forced everyone to accept updated terms and a privacy policy with no real opt-out. The new rules spell out collecting more precise GPS location. This is Trump, by the way, doing this. So if you're pissed, be pissed at Trump about this, TikTokers. If you allow in-phone settings, previously it was just rough estimate from IP, plus clearer mentions of gathering sensitive stuff like your citizenship, your immigration status, or even your health, sexual orientation info from profiles. More information. I'm glad that it's out of China's hands, but now more information is being gathered on you. And so people are very, very upset. As it comes to the Creators Fund, I asked, is this affecting creators' ability to make money in the US? Yes. The recent changes with TikTok's US ownership shift to the majority American TikTok are significantly affecting many US creators' ability to make money right now. Though TikTok insists most of its issues are temporary technical glitches from the transition. So payouts and earnings have tanked for a lot of creators, including Mikyala. A lot of people are getting 0 views on videos, and that's not going to correct itself. If you got a video with no views, it's not just magically going to have the views. It wasn't being fed to the algorithm. So a lot of influencers are getting really scared, and I'm here for it. The shift from the TikTok Creator Fund to what it is now, the Creators Reward Program, happened back in, it already happened. So it's already happening. So those who are making money on TikTok won't stop losing money on TikTok. Won't start losing money. They're going to continue to make what they've made. So it's not super scary, but the scary part of it, remember when people back in the day when it was going to be banned from the US, people were crying on TikTok about it, right? Influencers need to be aware, and I'm one of these people, okay, to future-proof yourself. When you're someone like MikaylaNogueira or Jaclyn Hill or Becca Bloom doesn't need to worry about it, people who aren't independently wealthy outside of TikTok, you need to future-proof yourself, and a lot of these people don't. The Tara's Word Girl, she had to sell her very expensive $1,000,000,000,000 mansion and now lives in a different mansion because she couldn't afford a $25,000 a month mortgage, okay? The wealth will not always be there, especially if you don't know what to do with it when you get it. Okay, that's why I've future-proofed myself. If YouTube ever goes away from me, I will go work. I worked my entire life. It will not faze me. I will make money. I will always survive. I've got a lot of very marketable skills, and I will use them to my advantage until the day I die. Okay, I'm smart about my money. I'm smart about who I am as a person. I have a family to take care of. Okay, my wife is going to be a practitioner in a couple of years, so I'm future-proofing our entire life with the money that I'm making now, so that when this goes away, I don't want to do it anymore for whatever reason, I'll be fine. Okay, but these people won't, and then I'm here for it. So anyway, let's see what she has to say.
Can anybody see this video? Hello?
Can anybody see this video? Hello?
This thing on? Hi. We have a lot to talk about. Essentially, after the New Year, I went completely MIA for 2 weeks, and then I've barely posted at all.
Barely.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do her accent every time she makes a shitty, weird, fake accent.
Barely.
I want to talk about what's been going on with me. I'm going to be so completely raw and transparent in this video. And
as soon as you hear an influencer saying to be raw and transparent, they're not going to be raw and transparent, okay? They're doing it for clicks and engagement. They're not going to be raw and transparent. They're going to be a bunch of D-bags, okay? Dickweed, dillholes, peckerwood jackasses.
if you don't like me, you're probably not going to like what I have to say.
I don't like
it. Because it's always, boo, Mikayla. No, I'm just...
Yeah, no one gives a shit about your weird face.
And this is what I'm going through. Basically, at the end of...
Crying with $100 bills. Her maxi pads are made of money. Probably. Like, we don't want to hear it. And you're right, Mikayla. Nobody wants to hear this bullshit while you do makeup on your fake eyebrows in your $1 trillion mansion with your free makeup and your diamond-studded mirror. No one gives a shit, so you shouldn't have done it. But because you are, we'll make fun of you.
25, I had an extremely eye-opening epiphany.
Did you?
That I am completely f***ing lost,
and my accent is completely fake.
I don't know who I am. By the way, everything I'm...
See, I like the honesty here. I'm going to give her the high five and the accolade she deserves for this. No influencer knows who they are. I mean, they know who they are. They're someone different when the camera's not on. And a lot of them are, again, dillweeds. They're not very nice people. Most of them are not, actually. Okay, most of them, and I'm sure some of them are great. And you know the ones that are out there that are good influencers are probably great offline as they are online because they have a good reputation. You can always tell an influencer if they're a good person with how many friends they truly have, if you do know that they have friends. But most influencers don't have friends, nor can they keep friends. Emily Kaiser is one of the ones that come to mind. I hate Emily Kaiser, just so you're aware. I hate that her and her husband got away with it and gained 1 million followers after the negligence of their son's death. It pisses me off. But I used an example to say that she doesn't have any real friends. All these mom talk bitches out there too, none of them are real friends. But none of these influencers that I know of have any real friends. Tara Henderson, Aaron Williams. Okay, one of my earliest snarking people that I did on my Dad Challenge podcast. Thick as thieves until they weren't thick as thieves, until they hated each other, until they were enemies. Okay, you can tell, and if you can tell a good person by how many friends they kept since high school. I'm going to say that. Okay, or how many friends that they genuinely have outside of YouTube, or their friends aren't just all influencers. If you follow an influencer and all their friends are influencers, I need you to know this. They're not their friends. Those people are insufferable twats. Okay, nobody likes them, not even the influencer friends. They will get together because it's good for all their influencer channels. Okay? She doesn't have any friends. And the ones that stuck around are the only ones that make videos with her. Okay? So influencers, you can tell a lot by their real circles. Okay, and none of them have real circles. I'm sure some of them do, but most of them don't.
Tell you in this video, I do not expect you to care. I'm simply...
So why making it?
I don't even gonna care.
Telling this for those who do, and because I'm being asked.
Who care?
Mainly because you're going to see a massive shift in me, and I need you to understand why. This is just what...
We know why. You're losing money and fans. That's why. We got it. We're not dumb.
It's my reality right now. Last 6 years, I have been completely immersed in influencer culture. And I told myself I was not going to cry, and I'm not going to.
Oh, you're going to go cry.
But in the last 6 years, I feel that I've completely lost myself.
You looking for an Emmy? Shut up, Mikayla. No one cares. I lost myself. Look at the hot dog lips on this lady crying. Are you kidding me right now?
Damn it, guys. I feel that I have gone down a path that I never wanted to go down. And I'm disappointed in myself.
What's the path? Becoming a twat who like hoards your money and shows your wealth? Because I don't think that's going to change. And they will shift, right? They've built this algorithm brick by brick. They've stepped it up. And as soon as they change, it's not going to work for them. Dr. D Doesn't did this, right? She did it on a channel where she was exposing her kids and all their sicknesses and all their medicines and everything else. And all of a sudden she switched over to being a shopping channel, and that's where she made her money. Started seeing big growth in that and shopping at Costco and all that shit. And then she started showing her kids back, and the algorithm had already switched. And so she's like, well, they put a yellow check mark on mine every time I post a picture of my kids now, because that's not what the algorithm thinks you are. On my other channel, Down Dad Challenge Podcast, I do a lot of anti-church, anti-religious stuff because I am now anti-religious. Still believe in Jesus, but I'm anti-religious. And I'll do videos like stop going to mega churches, stop tithing to mega churches, stop going to churches that have non-disclosure agreements on file, all those kind of things. I think they're very interesting. I cover them because I'm very interested and I'm very knowledgeable in that because I was a pastor. And they get literally a quarter of the views of my other videos. Okay, now if I were to completely switch, it would take 6 to 8, maybe a year to completely let the algorithm be like, okay, this is what this artist is doing now. Okay? TikTok isn't going to allow that. She's not going to be able to go back to what she was doing before, right? And they'll do it, and then they'll just go back to the way it was because they switched already. It's too late.
I started this career living in my parents' house in a small-ass town. I moved into a one-bedroom apartment in Boston, Rhode Island, where my career completely blew up and changed my life. I gained over 10 million followers in a year.
That is actually crazy.
Very, very fast. In the blink of an eye. During some of my most critical years, my 20s. You can laugh, you can say whatever the you want about what I'm about to say, but I know that this is true. I fucking worked my ass.
Shut up. Nope. We're not going to let you say that. Doing your makeup on camera, and I think we can all agree, those ladies who wear a lot of makeup, and I follow a couple makeup influencers, I think I actually find it kind of interesting. Because I don't know what I'm looking at, and I call shit lash mascara, which it should be called anyway because it's going in your lashes. Yeah, I don't know where it's going with that, but no, you did not work very hard. Getting in front of a camera, turning a light on in your mansion is not hard work. Okay, it's not hard. Stop saying hard. You can say time consuming. I'll let you say that. It's not hard. And you insult everybody who actually works hard in the world. Okay, I need influencers to shut the up about working hard. Okay, don't even say it anymore because you're stupid and you are literally insulting everybody who works hard.
Off over the last 6 years, I put my heart and soul into everything that I have done over the last 6 years.
Well, your heart and soul is ugly because this shit's terrible. Okay, what do you mean your heart and soul? You do makeup. What do you mean your heart and soul? You teach people how to cover up their insecurities for a living. What do you mean your heart and soul into what? Going, having a patty with Kim Kardashian? What the do you mean by that? Your heart and soul? Well, then it looks like the Mucinex germ. That's what your heart and soul is. That shit if that's your heart and soul. Influencers, shut up. Nobody wants to hear this because it's a lie, first of all. Second of all, that's what you think people think. We love your heart and soul. Nobody likes you, Mikayla, for this reason. Okay? You didn't pour your heart and soul into it. You spent thousands upon thousands of hours making content, which is easy to do and pays you an absurd amount of money and gets you free shit and ad reads and sponsorships worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. What you do overall, the part that you play in society, does not add any value to society. Zero. Okay? None. There are nurses out there saving people's lives, doctors, teachers, firefighters, police officers. Okay, there are people actually doing things, working on the docks, truck driving, people who make shit in factories, people who take care of children. Okay, there are people in the world who work, who are a net positive to society to keep society going. If you were to fall down a well tomorrow, okay, like Batman, and nobody ever found you again, we'd be fine. Society as a whole would be like, in 2 weeks, you'd be forgotten. Okay? Because you don't bring any value to the world. Zero. Okay? So I don't know, like, stop with this bullshit. They think they're so up their own asses, high off their own farts, that they think they're good for the world. You don't do shit, Mikayla. You're not even funny. You have a shitty fake accent and you do makeup. And then you flaunt your wealth. That's all you do. And then you have a in your house with a husband who is an alcoholic.
To the point where it consumed me. I was obsessed.
That I believe. So it can consume you, can be obsessed with it. But you didn't work hard. So shut the up about that. Remember, she's like, I worked till 5:19 p.m.
All I did, all I thought about, I wouldn't take days off. I jeopardized relationships because of how much of a workaholic I am. I'm telling you understand right now that as someone who is a larger influencer, everything you see online is fake. Everything.
There, at least she's there. Again, I love the honesty here. You got to give her accolades. She's just telling you, I worked so hard, but everything you see is fake. So you worked at being fake? That again, I wish they'd be more honest like this because it's refreshing, but that's all you told us there.
When you're an influencer, you are not present. You are planning your every move. You're planning, what is the next clip? What is the next clip? What is my next video? What am I doing? What is the content? Everything you do
is content. Thanks for being honest instead of say stat in.
The best intentions, which obviously I did. But when you start seeing the views and the numbers and you become obsessed. I'm just saying, every influencer understands this. How can I up myself? How can I do better this time? How can I get more views, more engagement? To mention, we know this career is not forever. So we're doing everything we can to hustle to make money.
And the thing is, she's made millions. And her career, again, it peaked. She sees the downward thing. It's going right now, and understandable. Influencers' careers, unless you have evergreen material you can continue to cover. I hope I'm on here for the next 10 years. I love this job. I know I call it a job. I love this thing that I do. Okay, I feel like I've won the lottery. I'm not even joking you. It's not a real job. I tell everybody I don't have a real job. It's not a real job. It's the easiest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Hands down. And I make more money than people who do way better things than me. I have no qualms about saying it all. I'm just being real. Okay? If you can do this, do it. Right? But don't tell people it's because you work hard and you're not working hard. You got lucky. We all got lucky. Every influencer, if they're honest with you, except for Camila Araujo, who's trying to sell you a damn shitty ass course, will tell you, you get lucky. That's it. The end. So one video and you can capitalize on it and take you to the stratosphere. Okay? Where was I going with that? I forget. Something about, at least she's being honest.
Anyways, some influencers get lost. Me being one of them. Anyways,
so she's being honest.
I have this epiphany that I don't know who the I am. And I start thinking about my future. And
how about getting back to your normal accent? Stop faking it. Because she knows if she actually did, she'd get banned she'd get hate for it. Because she's been lying this whole time. And she just told you she does. Everything is a lie. So this is your opportunity to be like, look guys, I'm not going to do that shitty Boston accent anymore because even people who grew up in South Boston don't talk like that.
I'm a small town girl, okay? I live in Massachusetts. I was born in Freetown, Massachusetts. Most people don't know.
Is that how you say that? Massachusetts? Massachusetts? Massachusetts?
What the that is. This point in my life, I only know
You already put shit under your eye. You already put shit under your eye.
I am as the influencer Mikayla. Because it has been all I have done for 6.
No, you know who you are. And that's why you're making this video. You don't like what you become because you're getting shit on in the comment section. She wouldn't have done this video if she wasn't getting shit on in her comment section. Right? She's just trying to pay. She's sat down over those last 2 weeks. She wasn't taking a break. She was sitting down with her PR firm or the people that she hires, her management company, to say, how the hell do we stop this onslaught of hate and this merging of my, or what do you call them, or this migration of my fans because they're leaving. This is the culmination of that meeting or those meetings in this video right here. And it's done. I think it's too late. I think people are done with influencers, honestly.
Years. And basically what it took for me to have this random epiphany is I reconnected with one of my closest friends from high school. And they didn't see me as the influencer Mikayla. I hadn't seen them in 10 years. They just saw me as the Mikayla they knew before I was an influencer. And that f***ed with me so much.
Because they're probably like, who the hell are you? You used to be cool. And I bet you she was pretty cool. Right? All these influencers, I like this video for the honesty of it, but I need you to also understand that this is influencers' lives. They go to bed lonely. They're sad. They don't have healthy marriages. They're not healthy parents. They're not healthy in any way. They drink a lot. They do a lot of drugs, okay, to cope. Like, how many famous people you know growing up, they're like, you've seen what fame does to people. It's very rare that you see a famous person that's like not filling their body full of alcohol and bullshit and drugs. Very rare. There's a few, but it's very rare. To be on 24 hours a day like these influencers have to be, lots of drugs need to be involved. And I mean, they might be legal too. There might be ADHD medications and tons of coffee and energy drinks. And how many influencers you know tap an energy drink before they drink it? And they drink like 5 a day. They need something. There's substances that they're on to make sure that they're always on. That shit will take a toll on you. I've said this about rock stars before. I toured for 10 years. I was in a Christian band, so we didn't do any real touring. There's no partying. We had pizza more than anything else because that's what churches would order. A little bit different in the Christian world, but not really. If you are a full-time touring musician, that shit takes a toll on you because you are always on. You're not getting a proper sleep schedule. You're famous, and the dopamine that keeps getting fed to you ages the shit out of you. These people have so much dopamine fed to them on a daily that they don't know where to get it anymore. And so they spend $200,000 on ugly boots and purses and shit like that. And that dopamine hit was great for her at the time. But when it passed, what's next? It's a drug. Dopamine is a drug for influencers and people in general. We live in a time where dopamine is so easy to get, and it used to not be that way. We used to be bored growing up. So it was the absence of dopamine, the absence of all that shit. And then when you got it, that's why we pine for the days of old. You know that? People grew up in the 90s and the 80s. We didn't have an onslaught of dopamine 24 hours a day. And so when Christmas came around, or the birthday, or the vacation and shit like that, those rises of dopamine become core memories. I might be spouting bullshit here. I'm just wax. I'm saying this off the top of my head, but that makes sense to me. Because there were days we were so bored. But then we have those very die-hard memories of Christmas and all the fun things because the dopamine was harder to come by. Now it's literally fed to your brain 24 hours a day in your tiny little computer that shines a light in your face. You can get it at a funny video, on a reel, something that you post, your friends giving you accolades, text messages when that noise happens, right? The dopamine is unlimited, and it is f***ing up society, okay? And that's what she's saying. She grew up in a time where she was normal, and then she can't get it anymore. And, you know, I'm glad she's having this epiphany and this aha moment. But, again, I think it's too late. I'm glad. I don't want influencers to switch it around and be like, let's do something different. I think it's done. I think we need a new era of influencer.
It flipped my world upside down. It flipped my world upside down. This is had as shit to admit.
Had as shit.
See the comments.
Once you admit your accent's fake.
Touch,
oh, no!
Obsessed with consumerism and the finer things in life and just the designer and all the bullshit. I see that.
Shut up.
You are right.
Unless you're really going to sell it all, give it to homeless people, whatever, shut the f*** up. Look, she's talking about this. Meanwhile, she got like probably $5,000 worth of just makeup brushes right here in this picture. And this, whatever this cabinet's full of and whatever this cabinet's full of. Like, I don't want to hear it. Okay? You're lying is what I'm saying.
Are right. I'm f***ing lost.
You're a loser, you mean.
With that friend, they made me realize that none of that shit matters. And that at the end of the day, all you have is your head that lays on the pillow at night, your family, your friends. If all this shit went away, what would you have?
She doesn't have any friends. She's having an epiphany moment, but again, it's just for the video. This is a meeting that was had, and this is like, and your nails are ugly, and she still got everything done. She's still doing it all. Like, where are you going with this makeup on your face? Nothing is changing. Okay, she's having this moment, but this is going to be that moment in time that you're never going to see again until it's time to talk about it again. Okay? And I mean, we'll look at her content after this and see what happens.
I just want to be the small town girl. Everyone's trying to get me.
You're not anymore.
Live in LA and live in New York, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Who's everybody? Other influencers trying to convince you? I don't know why influencers move to LA and shit like that. You know how expensive is it in California? Don't be so dumb. Okay? Ew. Move somewhere like Texas or some Tennessee or North Carolina, South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. Like, there's a lot of places you can live that are beautiful. Like, I don't know why you want to be around other influencers. Like, who the cares? Like, they're not your real friends. You know that, right?
What I'm learning is life is so short. And I want to be with my family. I want to be present. I want to get off my phone and live my life.
Well, you're not going to. And unless your next sentence is like, so I'm going to be posting once a week for the next 2 years. You're not going to hear like, and it's going to be what I want to do and I'm having fun with. It's not. She's going to post daily again. She's lying.
I want to wrap my head around what's actually important. And it ain't any of this influencer shit. I can tell you that.
Meanwhile, she's doing this while doing influencer makeup. Okay. What about the Kardashians?
Am I grateful for it? Yeah, I am. Are you kidding me? I'm extremely grateful for it. At the end of the day, I have totally lost myself to it. And I'm not okay with that. On top of that...
And she's only... Guys, you need to understand, she's only saying this because things have changed in her comment section. So... And I understand that. Like, a lot of people are like, what you do with the information matters. I say this on Dad Challenge all the time. When parents realize that exploiting children online is wrong and they make the change, that deserves a high five. You deserve to be told, hey, good for you. You saw the dangers and you switched. That's amazing. Like, you gathered all the information and you made a choice with it. Do I think she's going to change? No. And we're going to keep an eye on it from here.
Because I kept losing myself, the hate towards me is insane.
There it is. That's what it is. That's all she cares about. And she's like, this is who I've become. She wants you to know that's not who she is, but that's actually who she is. I think money, like alcohol and drugs, amplifies who a person truly is. Like, I don't drink. I've never drank, but I understand that I grew up with alcoholic parents. And I understand that alcohol brings out the truth in people. It brings out who you really are. Right? And that's why I'll never touch it. Well, I mean, that sounds weird, but I won't. I don't want to touch alcohol because when people are drunk, man, are they honest, right? Like, let's be real. Drugs too, and the money. It all brings out who you truly, really are inside. It amplifies all that stuff. So I know really wealthy people in the world, and it amplifies who they truly are inside, and they are a good person. I know a person who makes millions of dollars and is given most of the way to build wells in Africa and build water treatment centers and build a village and help with schools and all this kind of shit is amazing. You'll never know who that person is. He won't even tell you. I had to go on a mission trip to learn it. Right? But there are people where money amplifies goodness, and those people deserve the high fives. But for most, unfortunately, money amplifies the evil that's inside of you. The Bible's very clear on that, by the way, too. I know a lot of you hate Mr. Beast for some of the shit, and maybe he deserves to be hated on some level, but I gotta give him high fives for the shit that he has done good with his money. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's fake. I don't think so, man. And maybe he's weird. My wife hates Mr. Beast, man. Like, thinks he totally exploits people for whatever, but like, all I'm saying is that he actually has done good shit without having to be prompted for it. He makes content out of it. I get it, but like, that's what I'm saying. He's the kind of guy that I'm kind of he's the kind of guy that wealth brought out who he really was inside. Now, I think it's kind of convoluted him because he's one of the biggest creators. I think fame was different than money for him. Money is just a tool for that guy. He doesn't give a shit about the money. The fame has really changed him, though, and the teeth and shit. Like, I can give that. So I know people are going to come at me from this Mr. Beast thing, but it's my opinion on him. Right? If that guy is a total twat on the internet, which I don't think he is, but let's say you think he is, but you still got to give him accolades for the 1,000 wells that he dug in Africa, for the village he's building there, for the people he's given sight back to. Like, I know it was for content, but damn, those people's lives have been changed. Can you at least admit that? You know what I'm saying? What's she done?
Like, I could handle it for the last few years, like, no problem, but recently, it is a different level. And I'm not gonna lie, it has taken a toll on me. And
this is what I'm talking about. This is where de-influencing, and I think that's where we're at the peak. Not a peak. We're reaching the peak of de-influencing, where it's gonna take over, and everybody's gonna start unfollowing. You're gonna see this crazy, huge spillover of mass unfollowings of big creators, and they are going to fully collapse. And we're all gonna be here watching it and laughing. There's like a thing about this. I asked Grok about this. It's called the psychology of influencer downfall. It's got a fancy name. It's called Schadenfreude, which is basically German for harm joy. Okay, it's finding pleasure in someone else's misfortune. When it targets successful, it often ties into something called tall poppy syndrome, right? So the tallest poppy gets cut. Picture a field of poppies, tallest one stands out, so he gets cut down to match the rest, right? This happens because seeing someone else's success can trigger what's called a self-evaluative threat. Now, this is the human nature in all of us, okay? Basically, if they're killing it, it shines a light on our own excuses for not achieving more. Okay, it stirs up envy, resentment, or insecurity, and it's a classic social comparison theory at work. And again, you don't need to feel bad for this. This is normal human behavior. But I think it's justified in seeing people who are shitty fall and collapse, and then you get the bonus of being Schadenfreude about it. Okay, it's the hate joy. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because these people, again, they're not giving anything good to the world. They don't do anything good. If Mikayla Nogueira went away tomorrow, again, how would that affect you? And even if you're a super fan of Mikayla Nogueira, in a week or two, you won't care. Tomorrow, it'll be drama for a bit, and then you'll forget about it. Nothing that she has done has left a lasting impression on Earth that is worth remembering, right? And I know a lot of people are like, well, what have I done? I think that Dad Challenge podcast and the fight for child exploitation has left a lasting imitation. And I have been mean. I have bullied people, and I understand that is also a thing that I'm leaving behind. But I think my overall message stands true, and I think I'm happy with that. I really am happy with it. Think about it. Influencers build empires on social media, flaunting perfect lives, luxury, and fame. When they slip up, a scandal, a bad investment, or just a public flop, right? People will pile on. And that's what's happened with Mikayla Nogueira, Becca Bloom. You're seeing it happen with Jaclyn Hill, with Tara's World. It's happening like crazy right now. Research shows we might feel uncomfortable admitting it, but our brains light up with pleasure. Short smiles, boosted mood, even reduced empathy for the fallen star. It's not always malicious, and this is important. Sometimes it's herd mentality, where we follow the crowd to feel safe or justified. Okay, and this is why I'm saying this. I'll get into a whole video on this another day. But basically what you're going to see, I think, happen, and I'm very excited for it, is very large influencers. It's going to be a big herd mentality. They're going to be mass unfollowed, and they're going to collapse in real time, and we're going to see it. And it's going to become its own niche genre algorithm of content creators talking about it. It's going to be insane.
Is another reason I chose to step back. I'm a strong bitch, okay? I carry a lot on my shoulders.
You're a f***ing makeup influencer. Shut up. Okay? Mothers carry a lot on their shoulders. Fathers, teachers, people who are out there fighting wars carry a lot on their shoulders. You are a f***ing TikToker. Shut the up. Cool? All right.
I tell you, sometimes that shit gets heavy. And
what? Comment sections? Is that what you're talking about? There are people out there who can't afford groceries, gas in their car, their bills. Okay, the government's taking half our money in Canada. Like, do you understand? Like, what's on your shoulders? Off, man. Influence. Shut up, Mikayla. Because you got some negative comments in your comment section where you make money off of? Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. This is the problem, guys. That's why we're here. That's why Unfollowed exists.
Two things I can acknowledge. One, you sign up for that shit, okay? You sign up for this, okay? No one's forcing you to do it.
True.
So the hate that comes with it, that's just part of the job description.
Pat.
I get told all the time by people in my life, people in the comments, oh, don't let it get to you. Who cares what people online think? Well, what I'm going to tell you is when you're being told to kill yourself and that you're a worthless, ugly, fat piece of shit on a daily basis, yeah, it takes a toll on you.
Well, you make millions. I wouldn't care. People call me a worthless fat piece of shit all the time. Potato, balding asshole. All the time. I don't let it get to me. You don't have to let it get to you. You did choose it, though. Right? I get people... It's so funny. I have people in my hate section. Like 7,000 people on my hate threads. It's hilarious. Where they're like, I don't like Josh because he makes fun of people. That fat asshole. It's just, without a hint of irony, too, by the way. But like, again, if you're not strong enough to be on these things, don't do it, because you're gonna get hate. Even if you're the nicest person on earth, you're gonna get some hate. Okay? Do I think that she deserves it? No. I mean, some of the hate, sure, but not the kill yourself, you fat tub of lard. I don't think that's very nice. No one ever deserves to hear that. That's too far. I think way too far. But yeah, I mean. Influencers need to understand and wake up that there's a cottage industry of people like me who just cover people like this. And it is an underlying industry that supports your industry, by the way. And it's just like back in the day when you had the what do you call the rag tabloids, whatever, on the grocery shelves. It's the same thing. It's the paparazzi following around until people freak. It's the same. It's basically, it's just gossip is like the oldest thing from time. Gossip. It is what it is. People want to know and they want to see you fall because people feel inadequate, right? And so we feel this way because we are human. But when you put, this is the thing that it all has to come to, this circle, is when you put shit on the internet that is fake, and you're constantly and you're constantly just feeding this into people's eyeballs, and you know it's fake and you're admitting it, you're wrong for doing it. You know it's fake and wrong. You know you're unhappy and a piece of shit. And yet you're like, here I am at my party with sacks on. Off. Right? That's a detriment to society. You know it is. So why you keep doing it? There's millions of studies on this shit. So why do you keep doing it?
I also don't know why we act like talking to strangers like that on the internet is normal.
That is normal. That's our normal now. What do you mean? That is.
And what? What do you mean? The combination of being lost and getting a tremendous amount of hate. Yeah, I took a step back, and I'm going to continue to take a step back.
Good. Piss off.
I need to figure out what Mikayla wants.
And your team. Your team needs to tell you.
What do I want? What do I want for my future? Who do I want to be?
It's always about you. And that's why. It just is amplified. This is the whole thing on social media where it's like all about you, me, you. See, like go look at my algorithm is full of married people because I'm married, right? And it's always like this woman, some women get on there and they make fun of their husbands or like they're like, you know, this, my husband isn't. How many times in the comments you see there's divorce that asshole? Do you know what I mean? Like just holy shit. Okay, it's crazy this world that we live in right now. But you're not, I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't like her.
Because it's not who I currently am. I need to become grounded again and just live on this.
I lost my thought track on that because that was a good one. I was going somewhere with it.
Rock. As a human, as a normal person, not the influencer Mikayla. Put that shit to the side.
You are influencer Mikayla. And you just told everybody you faked everything forever. You can't do it now.
I don't know. I'm definitely saying too much. That's the thing. Like, I used to be able to say exactly what I was thinking, and obviously I had way less eyes on me, so people weren't picking it apart. But now everything I do and everything I say is so picked apart. It's insane.
Like your fake accent? Picked apart? I mean, you're saying so picked apart while you're literally faking your accent on the internet. And if you don't want your shit to be picked apart, get the off the internet, lady. Simple.
Like, I feel like I can't
Hope this helps.
Say anything or do anything, and the joy that I used
Have you tried not being an asshole? Have you tried that? You've tried everything but not being an asshole. Huh? You tried that? Okay. I just throwing it out, spitballing. Maybe your team should help you that.
Get from doing this does not exist anymore. Now I'm scared to post videos of any kind.
Good.
And in my head, I'm always thinking about what's going to be picked apart in this one.
Good.
Like, that's horrible.
Too bad. It's the world we live in. Sorry. Again, all this does is tell me why you shouldn't put your kids on this shit. Why would you want to put your kids in this world?
Pretty long. I love what I do so much, and anyone who genuinely follows me knows that. Like, seriously, I love what I do so much.
You love the money you make. You don't love it.
And I always share that.
Except
but
today.
I got lost along the way. Completely lost.
This is her Jaclyn Hill moment, by the way. I want everybody to say that. She knows she's losing subscribers. She's losing money. This is Jaclyn Hill. Like, what do you guys want to see? Well, we don't want to see your damn parties. You live in lavish lifestyles, rocking $200 t-shirts. That's not what we want to see. And then they tried to change. Jaclyn Hill's done, too. That was her peak, too. This shit's happening, guys. And I'm here for it. I love it.
Taken the last month of taking a step back to analyze what needs to be done for me to get on a better path. Because transparently, I've let myself down. Everything I didn't want to become, I became.
Label what those things are, because otherwise we can't tell you. What don't you like what you became? Right? Explain it. We'd love to hear that. She's not going to tell you that, though.
I love creating content, but the way I do it, the content I create needs to change. I want to bring you into my life more again because I'm a lot more than just a designer handbag.
You're not even that.
Reiterate, I know that I dug this hole. I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video, and I'm not asking for sympathy. Like, I don't need your sympathy at all. Just wanted you to know what is going on with me so you understand. A different journey of just finding myself.
Is that thing heated? What is he doing with that?
Figuring shit out, okay? And I'm taking a bit of a step back from social media. Yes, I'm still gonna be posting, but
I didn't do anything.
Maybe just not as frequently as I was. I really need to be present with the people in my life and just work on myself. I just need to work on myself. I just want
Her
you to
marriage is falling apart. She's saying this because some shit's going on in her marriage.
know that that is what I'm doing. That is
My gut's telling me that.
what I am doing offline. The SPAC is gone, and I'm working on getting it back. I'm gonna say this one last time. This is not a woe is me video. I don't expect you to feel bad for me. I'm not saying that. This is just me sharing reality. I love you so much.
Shut up. All right, let's see his comment section on this bad boy. Whew. Just got diagnosed with cancer. That's not funny, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she posted. 1,400 likes on that. Take your money, invest it wisely, and run. Go live your life. This is the first video of yours since Christmas to hit my FYP. That's why she did this video, by the way. Even your wedding was all about influencers. Burn. My favorite quote: "Don't be so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." That's actually a good quote. Find yourself in God. Jesus gives you an identity. I don't know why she gets so much hate. Are you serious right now? People are cruel. That's not what it is. People don't want to see this shit anymore. We're done with it. This is a shift in society right now. This isn't just a couple people throwing hate. This is a shift in all influencer culture. This isn't just Mikayla. Becca Bloom, who's tentatively the sweetest one you can tell. We're going to do a whole video on that shit. That shit, look at her comment section. Okay? People are done with it. That's it. And when that happens, there's no going back. I'd become obsessed with the money too. That's a good point. Easy when you don't come from it. Girl, watch the news. You're also a wife and a daughter, and never forget shut up. The self-awareness is, again, this is what she was looking for. She's looking at the accolades like, you're such a good man. Shut up. And so let's see. So she's done the videos. Mikayla Nogueira, 17.4 million. And so after that video, she does, what, an ad?
Apparently, these hot and sweet jalapenos from Trader Joe's are a must try. Love jalapenos. Sweet and...
Yes, great content.
Okay, I have an embarrassing confession. And if you're my grandma or my mom, and I know you watch my videos, if you could just scroll on this one, that would be great. What
is this? This is an ad, obviously, right?
I've never been eaten out.
What?
Scroll on this one, that would be great. I have never been eaten out.
I'm in comfort. Why are you telling everybody this? We should know less about people. The hell, man? This is your ad read? You're like, you want to change everything? And you're like, I've never been eaten out. Thanks. Man, this is a Wendy's.
I know. When I first told my friends this, their jaws dropped. I'm going to tell you.
So what does this have to do with it? Are these vitamins for your vag? Vag vitamins? Is that a thing?
Why? I am so terrified that I'm going to taste like shit.
Hey! Get it out of my ears! Am I blushing? Ah! Where's my swear pillow? Oh my God! Damn it! Man, this is still going.
Just being honest. But in the new year, I'm all about
Thanks.
trying new things, okay? And
when you're trying new things, wouldn't that be your husband trying new things? So again, she's lying about this to sell a freaking vag vitamin. So she's lying. And she had to say this publicly. It'll be on the internet forever. I hope she doesn't have kids one day. That's out there forever now. Even though we know you're probably lying. Okay?
I saw Let Me Purr was viral. This is
Let Me Purr. Vaginal probiotic gummies. They are literally vag vitamins. I was right. How does it know where to go when you ingest it? What is happening right now? What happened?
A vaginal probiotic gummy. I was like, you know what? Let's try it in preparation to have my life change. They taste really good. Support the health and freshness of the down there. I always heard growing up that pineapple literally does help down there. So the fact that these are a pineapple gummy that you can take every day, I was sold. Someone who's been terrified to do that. This is giving me a little more confidence. So thank you, Let Me Purr. I appreciate you. And I'll let you know how it goes. Okay.
Do not let us know how it goes. Don't you dare let us know how it goes. I'm reading the comment section in this. Yes, I'm changing up my content, she says. Want to change up your content? Oh my gosh. But you have a husband? I mean, good point. She said she's the one that's been too scared. And you married him? Again, a lot of people are judging husband now, and she threw her husband on the bus by doing this video, by the way. And now they're like, yeah, like, she's lying to you, obviously. Go to Pat 2. No, don't go to Pat 2, please. No, thank you. I want to know how much she got paid from Lemmy per VAG vitamins. I want to know. That's $100,000. That's got to be $100,000. Because never your whole wife? You're a whole wife. Oh, I see what you're saying. Look at the comments. What has Cody been doing? Respecting her boundaries. I mean, let the games begin, Cody. Oh my gosh. Wow, way to stay classy. There it is. Who does she need to stay classy for? She just did a video where she's crying about everybody hates her, and then she did a VAG vitamin video. Like, can we be real for a second? Shut up. I hate white knighters. Is there anything worse in this world than white knighters? Like, you don't like to get munched? I don't like this comment section anymore. You've never been what now? Will we get to see Cody's review? Oh my gosh. We don't need an update. Just post a smiling video and we'll know. That's... I don't like this comment section, man. TikTok. Please ban TikTok. Let's go to the MikaylaNogueira Reddit and see what they have to say about this. 40,000 members. Damn! So I guess this is 4 hours ago. She posted something. The TikTok says, "This is so tone deaf. Why aren't you commenting on what's happening in Minneapolis? It's not an option to be silent." Shut up. It is an option to be silent on that shit. Okay? Stop forcing creators to side with you because all you're looking for is the opinion that you align with. Okay? And people are getting hurt and killed out there for having an opinion that's outside the norm, by the way. Okay? Like, it is okay to not have a political opinion.
Oh shit, she's up to...
So what's this? This is not a repost?
I have never been eaten out.
Can we...
Oh shit! Oh shit, she's up to date.
I don't know what that means.
I have never...
I don't know what's wrong with Mikayla's fans, but the comments under this video don't belong on TikTok, where there are impressionable young people. They belong on Pornhub. If this was a micro-influencer's work, the video would be rightfully deleted.
I have an embarrassing confession. And if you're my grandma or my mom, and I know I first told my friends this, their jaws dropped. Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
You couldn't 542 comments.
I have an
You couldn't waterboard this information out of me. Still can't believe she said this. Why did I watch this? I should have known. How bad is it going to be? I have to bleach my eyes. There are no other ways. There are other ways to sell this product. Right? You didn't have to say you've never been thinged. Oh my gosh. So this has 500 comments on her hate page. Influencers always have this epiphany when they've hoarded millions of dollars and they've finally lost friends, and they wake up one day and they realize it's just... she can walk away tomorrow and live in the lap of luxury for the rest of her life. She doesn't need to do it anymore. Just walk away. You know how happy these people would be if they walked away from the internet? They'd be so happy. So she's going to take a leaf out of Jeffree Star's playbook and move to a farm in the middle of nowhere to avoid accountability. Nah, no she's not. Yes, the expected pivot from being an obviously capitalist bootlicker to pretending not to be an obvious capitalist bootlicker. Doesn't she go through this kind of epiphany like once a year? Girl, you have seasonal depression. Get a red light. Yeah, move to Florida. That's what I want to do. Move somewhere warm. Wow. How do you say warm in that accent? So there it is. MikaylaNogueira's big epiphany moment. And ours on her VAG vitamins. That's unfortunate. Thanks, Mikayla, you dumbass. Like we needed to hear that. Gross. Everybody, thanks for being here. Take a huge breath with me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you unfollowing Mikayla Nogueira? If you aren't, why are you still following her? Unfollow these people. Get it out of your algorithm, get it out of your eyes, get it out of your brain. You will feel better for it, I promise you, okay? Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.